Hey guys, it's Melissa. Happy Thursday. Hope you are all having a great week, great short week this week. So I have a couple of tips for you today from what has become one of the top complaints from Cameo 4 users. So typically with the previous Silhouette machines, you may get some dragging when you're using sketch pens, right? But there are ways to adjust for that, and it typically does not happen when you're using the Silhouette sketch pens. However, with the Cameo 4, my finding, very expert finding, is that the tool itself, the Cameo 4 blade sketch pens, and the tool adapter that you have to use with it were not exactly designed precisely enough to lift the tool high enough, and so you end up with this constant dragging, okay? Constant dragging. It's like you do your whole sketch and then all the way back to the beginning, all the way, to the end, it leaves this giant drag mark. So I have come up with some workarounds for you so that you can get clean sketches, okay? And I'm going to tell you what those are. There's 3 of them that if you put them together, thank you, someone said they love my top, thank you. It's like a little sweater thing. Okay, anyway, so 3 tips for how you are going to get around this problem of dragging sketch pens, all right? 1, you are still going to use the Silhouette sketch pens. You do want to make sure that you're using these black cased pens for the Cameo 4. The reason is because they have this extra little lip here, which fits into the tool carriage, okay? Now, I'm gonna move you a little bit closer. I'm so in an awkward spot here. Typically, what do I tell you? Make sure your tools are locked in correctly. Now, the problem is when you have the Cameo 4 tool with the sketch locked in correctly, that's when it's too low. So the teeth are in, see if I can pull you a little bit closer so you can even see. The teeth, when the teeth are where they should be, this is when it's too low. So what I want you to do is actually lift your blade up, or your sketch pen up a very tiny bit. So when you are using the sketch pen only, there is a tiny little gap, okay? Tiny, tiny, tiny. And I'll take a picture of this when I'm done and put it in the comments so you can see a closer view. That's one thing that you want to do. The second thing that you want to do is the default sketch settings, put it at a force of like 18 or 20. When you are using the Cameo 4, the sketch pen setting, I want you to reduce the force to a 4. Okay, the reason for that is then your pen is not being pushed down so much the whole way around. Instead, you've got less downward pressure on it, and so you reduce the risk of dragging. However, when you do that, you can end up with sketches that look like this, which are very light. Okay, so in order to combat that, I want you to slow down the speed, because the slower the speed, the longer the ink is in that one spot, okay, and more ink will come out. And I want you to put it up to 2 passes. Okay, so maybe that was 4 things. So let's review. You want a tiny gap when you have the sketch pen in your tool carriage. You want to reduce the force to a force of 4. You want to slow the speed down. I'm using a speed of 4 and 2 passes. Okay, now let's watch. With the Cameo 3, you don't need all these workarounds. It just works. This is a Cameo 4 issue specifically. So this is what we're going for. Okay, so I just did this one, testing. And I'm going to show you. Of course, you also want to make sure that your material is very firmly on the mat, okay? All right. Okay. All right, so then you're just gonna load it in like normal. Okay, now I'm using, the design I'm using is from the January bundle of So Fancy. I threw the link up there as well. This is a great bundle. It has 391 designs and like 32 fonts. It's available for another week, so grab it if you want it. It's $19.99. Okay, all right, so this is gonna start sketching. Now, usually when the sketch pen comes all the way in, it leaves that drag line. But using these 4 tips that I gave you that will prevent that drag line. Again, the biggest is reducing the force and making sure that your teeth of your carriage are actually not all the way in. And I will give you a close-up shot, still shot of that when we're done. I'll throw it in the comments for you, okay? If your Cameo 3 is dragging, okay, all of you guys who are having issues with drag lines for your other machines, you can apply the same tips. I would start by reducing the force there, because what the machine has a difficult time doing is recognizing that this is thick cardstock. It's not paper. It's not copy paper. And so there's a thickness to my material as well. And so I need to account for that. Okay? So that's why reducing the force will prevent those drags that kind of just don't lift the machine as high as they need to be. I want you to see how this is doing. How do I make my screen icons look like yours with the gear on top? I think I just have a different version of Silhouette Studio. I probably updated, or maybe it's because I have Business Edition. I'm not sure exactly. Okay, is the Silhouette 4 going to bring up? Is Silhouette going to bring out a product that works with the pens and the Cameo 4 that hasn't been badly designed? Well, that is my hope, because after I'm done here, I'll be sending all of this information to Silhouette. I can tell you that I always am in contact with them. I've had several calls over the last several weeks about the craft blade specifically. We've had several back and forths about how we can improve that, and how, you know, it's just not user friendly. In fact, it's a huge source of user frustration, and it has potential, but it needs a lot of work. So if you're asking me if they're going to bring out a product that's not poorly designed, my hope is just like yours. I hope so. Is the 3 better than the 4? I mean, that's a difficult question to answer. The Cameo 3's been out for 3 or 4 years now, and if those of you who were around for that launch know that at the beginning, we had this same little growing pain period, and then now everybody's hugging their Cameo 3 so tight. Okay, so the Cameo 4, obviously a brand new machine. There are bugs. I am the first one to tell you. Believe me, I write more tutorials about bugs than I do anything else, and so because I know you guys need help. But I want you to see how nicely this is sketching now with those changes that I had you make. And then if you want, I'll resketch part of it so that you can see without those changes the difference. So you can see the side by side. If you want to hang on for another couple minutes, if your lunch is over in 5 minutes, then you know, you can carry on with your day. But if you're interested to see the side-by-side, I'll throw that up too. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I'd be happy to. All right, so again, if you're looking for single-line sketch designs, which this one is designed to be, I just am using it as an example, but it is from the January bundle of So Fancy, so if you want to grab that as well. Everything comes with a commercial license, so no matter what you're doing. And of course, you don't have to use this as a sketch design. You could cut this as well. All right. Just about done. Now, if I use the default settings, I would likely get a sketch line all the way back to the beginning, but you can see this has been sketched beautifully, okay? All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm actually just gonna leave this in here. Instead of having this little teeny gap, which I'm confident you can't see, I'm actually going to, did you hear that? I popped it all the way down. So now it's in, like, you know, it's designed to be in. I'm also gonna change my cut settings in Silhouette Studio, or my sketch settings in Silhouette Studio to be the default. So I want you to see what happens. Now watch, it won't happen, but I'm thinking that it probably will. All right, give me just a second to set this back up. Okay, I have to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, all right, so let's see. Now again, default settings, this is a force of 18, speed of 10, 1 pass, tool all the way down. There's our drag line. You guys probably can't see it. It's there. Okay, so it's up here, look up here. Okay, and I can pretty much guarantee you that it's going to do the same thing when it goes back. And that's why I'm recommending to make all of those changes. It's making drag lines in here even, and that is, the tool sits too low. It was designed improperly, to be quite honest with you. Now you can use the old sketch pens in the toolkit, in the adapter. However, they don't have the lip at all, and so they tend to slip too far up. And then you have something that doesn't sketch at all. So this is a workaround of all workarounds, but I'm telling you, for those of you who want to sketch and foil quill without those drag lines, those 4 tips that I provided at the beginning are what you're going to want to do. Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens when this comes out, because I want you to see. So not only did we get that drag line from the beginning, when the pen is moving within the design, it's also causing drag lines. And you can see we had none of that over here. And nothing about our design, nothing about our material changed. It's literally the only thing I'm changing was the default cut settings and how the machine, see, and it went, look. Do you see this? So this is the drag line over. This is the drag line back from here, and there's a very faint one in here, and we had none of that with this. All right. Okay, so this will be going into a blog post as well, but I know that this problem has been in my email inbox for weeks, and so I've literally been trying to figure out, like, what is the correct combination of settings so that you guys are not getting those drag lines, and that's what it is. All right. Reduce the force, reduce the speed, 2 passes. Make sure there's a teeny tiny gap when using the Silhouette sketch pens. If you're using the Auto Blade, no gap, okay? All right, guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. See you soon.